Hello everyone, my name is Jody P. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Matt Casey's reason for returning to Chicago Fire Season 11 could very well be tied to the case that Adam Ruzek is working on Chicago PD. Matt Casey's new Chicago endeavor and Adam Ruzek's ongoing mission could set up Chicago Fire and Chicago PD's next big crossover. While the biggest takeaway from Casey's homecoming is his reunion with ex-girlfriend, Sylvie Brett, the primary reason for his trip across the country pertains to setting up a new force that is meant to keep an eye on a potential threat in the Windy City. Admittedly, it is rather an odd way to bring Casey back to Firehouse 51, but there may be more to it than what was revealed in Chicago Fire's Danger All Around. Subsequently in One Chicago, Hank Foyt and intelligence continue to work on an ongoing case where Ruzek is undercover in Chicago PD Season 10. What starts as a typical drug case for the specialized unit became so much more complicated when Samantha's father, Beck, is revealed to be working on a much bigger project. As a racist man propagating hateful rhetoric, he is spearheading a currently unknown endeavor that is expected to have a massive impact on the city. Casey's Chicago Fire Season 11 return could not have come at a worse time. Casey's task force aims to stop what Chicago PD's Ruzek's case is setting up. Because of several ongoing plotlines such as Frank Gallo's family issues and Violet McCowney's relationship with Sam Carver, Chicago Fire Season 11 Episode 18 didn't get the chance to delve deeper into Casey's professional goal. Based on what's been revealed thus far, however, Casey has been involved with Portland's Department of Homeland Security task force against a possible domestic terrorist attack. When he learned that Chicago is one of the targeted cities, he knew right away that he needs to keep an eye on this matter and recruit the assistance of Firehouse 51. Despite the limited information about this issue, it lines up with the mystery that Ruzek is trying to uncover in Chicago PD. Granted that the police procedural has yet to really explain what Beck and his cohorts are planning, it sounds like the kind of domestic terrorist attack described in Casey's homecoming Chicago Fire Season 11 outing. If that's the case, it's likely that it's only a matter of time before Chief Wallace Bowden and Sergeant Hank Foyt get together to touch base on what's really happening in Chicago. It's time for another One Chicago crossover. A new crossover could be how this meeting happens. Since One Chicago exists in the same city and the same reality, NBC and Wolf Entertainment tend to stage crossovers in various ways. More frequently, smaller intersections have been taking place, with characters appearing in shows other than their own. Aside from that, however, One Chicago used to also have three-way crossovers wherein all three series produced by mega-producer Dick Wolf tackled a bigger narrative every year before the coronavirus pandemic. The last big TV event was back in 2019, which was oddly about a mysterious disease spreading across the city. With filming protocols almost back to pre-pandemic practices 3 years after the coronavirus outbreak happened, it would be fairly easy to stage another One Chicago crossover at this point. Using the burgeoning connection between Casey's task force in Chicago Fire and Ruzek's undercover mission in Chicago PD as the jumping point could be a clever way of pulling it off. This leaves only Chicago Med as the only show that doesn't have clear ties to the possible domestic terror attack in Chicago. One Chicago crossover is a good reason to bring Casey back to Chicago Fire and do more with him. Beyond his Chicago Fire Season 11 appearance, it's unclear what Casey's fate will be since Spencer already exited One Chicago last year. Despite this, however, NBC and Wolf Entertainment have once again left the door open for his possible return. Aside from refusing to provide a definitive ending to Casey and Brett's romance, this developing narrative could be how the TV franchise will make the most out of the limited time they have with the actor. If a One Chicago crossover, even with just Chicago PD, is really in development, it's important that Casey is involved since Taylor Kinney's Kelly Severide will more likely skip the event. Good. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay with us.